Good evening, good afternoon to everyone who is going to be tuning in for today. Back in the comment box I am. After last time I did X2 was last week with someone else, but this time I'm on my own again, which I don't mind. We're here for a sprint weekend. First sprint weekend I'm commentating of this game. But we are ready to lock in for another session. I got an ad family, finally. Yeah, really, I had 4 ads when I was rewatching the stream yesterday. As I've just got the notification, the lights out and away we go for the stream, and we have already got Kevin in the Kick Sauber car on the medium tyres, which I'd expect everyone to go out on mediums first to set a banker. And then later on in the session, chuck on that grippy set of soft compound tyres and see who can get the best time when it matters most in the final moments of the session. Just going to state that I don't think Yonet's racing, unless I'm being very blind. Championship leader Jonet will not be racing, so this will be gives me a massive opportunity for everyone to catch up onto him. Driver standings, Jonet leads by 20 points ahead of Runnard in the Haas. So Runnard, he needs a very good result this weekend. And then 5 points behind Runnard is Nelu in the Ferrari, who is also here this evening. As well as Kevin, who we are watching now, going towards turn number 4 on his first lap in sprint qualifying. Only 12 minutes to set the sprint grid, flat through 5 towards turn number 6. We also have Vigo and Anton. Vigo in the Alpine, you can see in P8, and Anton Shabotarov in P5 in the McLaren. So Kevin will be setting our benchmark time this evening here in sprint qualifying. Sprint quali and sprint race will give us a bit of a taste of who would expect at the front. Around the final corner we go with Kevin in the Sauber up to the line. It's a 103.6, and that's already, I think, beaten sprint qualifying pole for X3. Oh, John, I think it's just started. That was an Aston Martin of Naskai who's just started, and then we've got the 2 Ferraris of first up will be Leo. Invalidated that time. Nelu, he's not invalidated that time, crossing the line. Going P2 for the Ferrari team. Next up is Mercedes Adede. Going P3. And Aston Martin crossing the line, of retired. Going up to P3 now. Then we have the Williams of Fade Exotic. In the Williams, up to the line. What can he do? Can he usurp Kevin? No, he can't. It's P3 was a 4.3. Next up we have the Red Bull of Paul Diver, who has invalidated. It's the McLaren of Anton, who goes P6, and the other Sauber of Farah crossing the line goes P5. We're gonna watch Robbo all the way to the end here. There's the Mercedes coming up to the line of Elmo. He goes up to P7. Robbo crosses the line, goes up to P6 with a 4.3, and there's a Haas coming up to the line. I believe invalidated lap time. Next up will be Albert John, who we saw start his lap up to the line. We go as John slow to the lot, P9. With P10 now with a 4.8, and there's the other Aston Martin of Naskai who goes P4. Then we have the other Ferrari of Leo who goes P3. Who is up next? Very good question. I think it will be Haas still. No, it won't be. Any Alpines? No. I think it will be Paul Diver up next. There's an Alpine of Strikey, who I believe Strikey of Ego, who has come around the final corner to start that lap. We're going to watch Paul Diver finishing his lap though. Up to the line was the Red Bull driver, across the line, goes up to P10. Then it is I think it was Anton again who went for another lap and goes up to P7. Next up will it be Marty in the Haas? It will be Marty in the Haas, I believe. That is a pit lane entry. Is that Robbo starting another lap on the medium tyres, fueling for 2 runs? What about Elmo? He's going for another lap as well. And I think next up will be Farah, who's also going for another lap time. There's Williams coming around the final corner, who is starting a lap. There's an Aston Martin coming into the pit lane. What about the Ferrari coming into the pits as well? But I think we'll turn our attention to Vigo in the Alpine. That's we'll watch his teammate instead, who is further up the road, Strikey in the Alpine on the medium compound tyre. No one has set a lap on the softs yet, as of yet. But now we go on board with the Alpine round turn 9 into turn number 10. Up to the line we go with the Alpine driver crossing the line. Is it provisional sprint pole? No, it's not. It's a 4.0 going up to P6. Then it will be his teammate of this time. It will be Vigo. Up to the line we go with Vigo in the Alpine crossing the line. Only P11. And it's the Red Bull of Robbo crossing the line. No, it's not. It's Paul Diver. Don't think he improved his position. Robbo's coming into the pit lane. There's a Mercedes of Elmo. Round the final corner. Sort of look top left. 3.5 tenths up. Up to the line was the Silver Arrow. Only up to P12 with a 2.5 tenth improvement. Lost a tenth in that final section. Still round the final corner. Out of turn 10. TRS short run to the line. Goes at 107.3. But I believe that is going to be the start of another lap, as Farah is going once again. As we see, cheeky little drift from him. Next I'm just trying to see is there anyone else on laps. Is Paul Diver improving his time? 2 tenths up, the Rebel driver is. 5 minutes 20 to go of SQ sprint quali. And as we're making our way towards turn number 9. How much commitment can you put on the medium tyres? Touching the curb. Just a little bit of a wobble mid-corner. Up to the line was the Rebel driver crossing the line to go. P7 was a 4.1. Next up will be, I'm just trying to see is there anyone on laps. There's no Mercedes, was low fuel. The Williams of Harstill. Is he on that actual lap now? I believe he is. Look, he saw the dashboard for that split second. He is. Well, he is on the lap using that battery nicely on the limit of the white line. Up to the line was Harstill and the Williams. It's not going to be competitive times. 04.9 is the Aston Martin of, I want to say Naskai, who is challenging retired as Yavoda. Okay, I'll try to remember that. We'll watch Naskai, and if you look at the bottom right, you see Kevin Zumberg on the soft tyre, designed to get out before all of the traffic. I think that was Naskai, who was just at the fastest first sector. You know, we'll go on board with him for a change, and getting a lovely slipstream from the Williams driver, making the way down towards turn number 4. A little bit of a wobble, we'll lock it up on the front right, and now we're making our way flat through turn 5 towards turn number 6 here at the Red Bull Ring. Can the Aston Martin put a provisional pole time down? If you look at the timing sheet, you can see everyone's starting to select the softs. I think if you're NASCAR, you do box for to go onto the softs, but he's going to continue on. Actually, you normally pull off to the right, and that even validates the time, and quite clearly cuts the pit lane entry line. So, but we will go back to our provisional pole now. Provisional pole man, who I think has just aborted his first lap. If you look at the bottom right. If you look on his wheel, he's got, I think, 1.8, 1.7 laps of fuel left. As we're making our way now round towards turn 10 again with Kevin. He will be the only one who is on a lap as it momentarily stands. As we will wait for the stampede of all the drivers to come out of the pit lane. We'll watch Kevin towards turn number 3, turn number second proper corner, 7 milliseconds down on his fastest time on the medium compounder tyre. Now, nicely on the traction, down towards turn number 4. Kevin using a lot of the left-hand side road. There's a Red Bull of Robbo who is going slightly slower in the third and final sector towards turn number 7 with the Sauber. 10.5 up, is making our way through turn 7 and then turn 8. What can the kick Sauber driver of Kevin Zundberg do? The man who is is one of many drivers trying to chase down Jonnet in the championship, nicely on the limit out of 10. Up to the line with the Sauber. He's going to improve by a tenth and a bit. It's a 103.5. That's the gauntlet laid down for the rest to chase. Now we watch what's Runnard, who is second, I believe second in the World Championship, if I'm not wrong. 20 points back. But as we're making our way towards turn number 9. Rolly, please correct me if I was wrong about the championship fact. Round turn 9 and turn 10 up to the line. We go with Runnard. Doesn't beat it. 500th of a second behind. And now we're going to watch this out of the car in the gravel. I want to say of Raven West or the Red Bull. I'm very bad. It's good. We watch Robbo, who has invalidated his lap time. I don't think he should. I don't get why he hasn't bailed out. So he was improving his time by 3/10, but it's invalidated time. It's P12 at best. Next up will be the Silver Arrow of Elmo, who is a 10th and a bit down. Still need to fix that onboard for the Mercedes. But round towards turn number 9, nicely on the line. Little bit of time given up at turn 10 though. Up to the line we go with Elmo in the Mercedes. Crossing the line, only improves to P13. Next up is the Aston Martin, or the Austria 2 Alpines, Vigo. Up to the line, where can he go? Up to P3. What about the 2 Ferraris starting their laps now? Then will it be in the 2 McLaren starting their laps as well, as is the Mercedes, and there's a Haas who is also starting their lap. Also the McLaren. What about the V-Carb of John? Not improving. He is starting his final lap now. I think everyone is just about to start their final lap times. I'm just trying to find someone who is on a lap. I'm not very good at this. Raven West. We'll watch Raven West. X3 winner. X3 Grand Prix winner yesterday. Didn't have a great sprint, but he had a very good race. Main race. Up to the line we go with the X3 driver. P9 only. Provisionally on the grid. Next up will be Naskai in the Aston Martin. Half a second up on his time. This will be a challenger for provisional pole in the sprint race at least. Naskai up to the line, crossing the line, goes on to sprint provisional pole. Next up is the 2 Scarlet cars round the final corner. First up's Leo in the Ferrari, crossing the line, only goes P4. What about Nelu, the man chasing him down? Nelu crossing the line, it sets exactly the same lap time. But now, I'm just going to try and keep up with this now. We'll watch Anton Chabotarov up to the line. What can the McLaren do? Crossing the line, goes P5. Next up will be the Williams of Fade Exotic, who has invalidated his lap time. Next up will be Yavoda in the Aston Martin, crossing the line, only going P14. Then it will be Paul Diver, who's invalidated their lap. And then will it be Harstill as well? Harstill, 7/10 of a second up, but doesn't look anywhere near to go for it. Up to the line we go with Harstill now, crossing the line, goes P16, and that is your sprint grid. Naskai for Aston Martin has taken pole, a 10th and a half ahead of Kevin, and then Runnard, Leo in the Ferrari qualifying 4th, Anton Shabotarov, the Ukrainian taking 5th, Vigo in the Alpine taking 6th, Ultimate Jean taking P7, and Nelu, the 2nd Ferrari, taking 8th. Those are the drivers that will be starting within the points playing positions for the sprint race. You then have Dede in the Mercedes in 9th, and then Exotic in 10th, Striker 11th, Marty 12th, Raven West 13th, Yavoda 14th, Paul Diver 15th, Harstill 16th. That is the top 16 for the grid. I couldn't remember the final 4. Riley, can you send me the top 3 and the gaps between the gaps to first, please, like in chat, so I can just get an update instead of having to keep going off the stream. And as I request that, you can have a look for yourself now. It's quite a monstrous lap from NASCAR. We'll have a look at the sector times. 15.9 in the first, 28.2 in the middle, and a 19.2 in the third. So here's your grid. Who's going to take maximum points within the sprint race, and who will be falling further back? So Runnard 20 points back, Nelu 25 points back. Top 3 split by 25 points, but if Nelu scores like P5 in the sprint, no, 5 points in the sprint, 8, 7, 6, 5. So if Nelu gets 4th in the sprint, and then I think it's like 2nd, it was EXA points, I think if it's 2nd in the Grand Prix. Yeah, it's always nice to do maths. My phone's on 7%. Aye. So, Runnard, highest in the championship, who is racing today. Runnard third, Nelu 8th on the grid. The Englishman, we love the Englishman. But we now we switch. Oh, I can't. What the fuck? Okay, my game's bugged. Very good. There you go. Okay, 5 lights on, 5 lights out. It's foot to the floor. We go racing in the sprint race. It's a good start by Runnard into turn number 1. Leo's looking for a lunge. Maybe Anton's going to think about rounding outside. But the top 2 going wheel to wheel. Down towards turn number 3 we go. On board with Nascar and the Aston Martin. Making our way down towards turn number 3. It's the old switch towards the inside line. Maybe Leo thinking of a lunge down the inside on Kevin. But now we've got 3 wide on the exit. Tyre locking between them lot. Nelu in the Ferrari. Golf almost going off into the grass as Nelu loses out. And it's now wheel to wheel with Faded Exotic in the Williams. 2 by 2 by 2 behind. They're making our way around turn 4 towards turn number 5. It is Runner who leads from Nascar and Kevin, but we can see them all now going single file as making our way into sector 3. But Leo and Kevin going through and up into 3rd place goes Leo in the Ferrari. Kevin must have had a little bit of a moment there, which has made him lose places. And now Faded Exotic is making more moves. He's up in the 7th place. Down at the main straight we go to start lap number 2 of 12 in the sprint race. And it's Runnard who has got the lead, but DRS is going to be so powerful around this circuit. You saw it yesterday within the sprint race as we'll now power our way down the straight towards turn number 3. They're all going to stay in single file behind, but I'll tell you who isn't. Leo and Kevin rounding outside, tries to Sauber on the Ferrari driver. Leo maybe thinking of a move down the inside on Nascar. Now making our way down towards turn number 4. Can these two keep it all clean? Will they do what Russell and Perez did, or will they keep it clean? Round the outside tries Kevin in the Sauber itself. The track goes to Sauber, pushed wide by the Aston Martin, and now he's going to be maybe falling down to 6th. He is going to fall down to 6th. Maybe Exotic is going to be thinking of a move on the Sauber as well. Round the outside of turn number 7. Tries Kevin in the Sauber. Is now going to go wheel to wheel. Almost contact. There is contact again. And ghosted again goes Kevin. He's falling more and more down the order as we come round in sector 3. Kevin down to 8th. Nelu down to 9th. Faded Exotic in the Williams, making monstrous start. We'll look at positions change. 4 places gained for the Williams driver. But we'll go on board with the Ferrari. You saw the light flashing for a moment from the Aston Martin. They're making our way, but I think that's Ultimate John who is alongside the Williams driver towards turn number 3 we go now. Round outside trying this Albert again. Exotic getting a little bit squirrely on the exit, but John is now ahead. He's not got a lot of battery left, and now Kevin's looking to make more moves, maybe around the outside of 1 or 2 cars. On board with the Sauber. You can see a battle in front. You can see these 2 by 2 again towards turn number 6, maybe around the inside, around the outside. Can John try that on Vigo? Kevin has now got ahead of Exotic. Exotic left the track in that little section, but Kevin trying to make more places. Vigo trying to make more places. Round turn 9 and 10 we go, and for the 3rd time already. I won't lost the whole street this way. Yeah, I know, mate. I've not had a lot of stuff have happened today. But as we now make our way round turn 1 again, look how close Nascar is thinking. The man who qualified on pole, Runner who qualified 3rd. We're going to see a change of lead here. Down towards turn 3. It's quite the simple DRS swap of lead like you would see in league racing. And now Strikey and Dede going wheel to wheel through turn number 3. On the exit, can the Mercedes get the better straight line speed down towards the next turn? Is that a battle for the lead? No, it's not. I had to turn away there for a second because the delta got very low. Down the inside goes Strikey on the Mercedes. Almost off the track goes the Mercedes. Now, will he keep his foot in? Yellow flag at the back of Sonic in the McLaren is off. Or touch of the curve. Dede does as well. Dede having a bit of a moment. Strikey is up into 10th place. As we're making our way now for the 4th time in this sprint race through turn number 9. A little bit of a wobble there from Nascar in the Aston Martin. That's going to that could punch the field up a bit more as we're making our way towards turn number 1. Look at that, 5 cars within 7.5 tenths of each other. Retired Yavoda has just hit the fastest lap of the race. Towards the inside we go with running in the Haas car. He's going to take the lead, but Leo's challenging for second place, is he? He was thinking about it, locked all the tyres up, didn't get the move done as Ultimate John. There's another car once again ghosted, as now Kevin is looking for the outside line. Towards turn number 4 we go with the Sauber driver. Down the inside, John's going to try and keep it. Almost contact between the two. Now we stand on the power, out of 4. Through 5 towards 6, it's Kevin who has made up another place and is trying to charge his way back through the field. As that's Marty who is off as well. It's the Red Bull and the Haas who are both off at the background. Paul Diver and Marty coming to blows in this sprint race. Round turn number 10 we go again. Lap number 6, we're starting the halfway point of this sprint race. And towards turn 1 we go once again. Are we going to see another change? Look how close Anton in the McLaren's getting to the back of Leo. Leo is gaining on the Aston Martin. Can we see second place be challenged towards turn number 3? Is Leo maybe going to finger around the outside? No, he's not. All going to go single file in towards the hairpin right. Now making our way flat out with watching the McLaren here. But now it's Faded Exotic thinking of a challenge towards turn number 4 on the V-Carb driver. No, he's not. They're all going to stay single file. P1 to 14. That's how large this train is. You often see it quite a lot within Austria. The top 4 with the top 14 within 4.1 seconds of each other. I just want to see, is everyone gone for soft mediums? Yes, apart from Marty, who did have to pit, I believe, who had damage. We're going to watch round turn 10 going wide. Went the Aston Martin on the inside. Leo's up in the second. The Scarlet Ferrari challenging for the championship is up into second place and will most likely be in the lead by the end of this straight, or potentially wheel to wheel for it at the end of this straight. But that back comes the Aston Martin Naskai in the Aston Martin. I think we can see that's Kevin and Vigo going wheel to wheel well. Down the inside goes Leo for the lead of the race. Is there going to be contact between the two? No, it's not. They're going to go through there cleanly. And now they're all going to go single file once again. Is the Aston Martin thinking of a move once again? Leo's going to maybe squeeze more to the inside. Towards the inside goes Naskai, and the Aston Martin down the inside makes the place up. But is it the switcher on the exit of 4? No, it's not. My God, my voice is struggling today and I don't know why. Yeah, either that or Leo's just deciding to maybe use less battery compared to others and then save that battery for the latter stages of this race. Excuse me. But now to start lap number 8 of 12. Towards turn 1 we go once again. We'll watch on board with... We'll go on board with the Ferrari, and now they're watching just a straight line fight. You might not be wrong. You might not be wrong, Roddy. Into slipstream towards the inside of turn 3. He's making a lunge once again. Is he going to barge his rival a bit wide? No, he's not. Standing on the power on the exit of 3. Yellow flags at the back for Nelu in the Ferrari, who has had a moment. He's dropping down the 14. Raven West and Exotic dueling away towards turn number 4, and it's Raven West who is ahead of Exotic, who was on a early race charge earlier in the sprint race. Nelu in the Scarlet Ferrari falling down the order, one falling, one trying to gain. On board once again with the Scarlet Ferrari. You see, I mean, he must have a different ERS strategy to others, as Nelu is off in the grass. Big damage on the front wing for the Ferrari. That's his sprint race done and dusted. No points going to be gained for the sprint race. But is that Vigo trying to challenge Kevin towards turn 1? Yes, it is. Wheel to wheel towards turn 1. The Alpine driver backs out, thinks better of the race, thinking that there is good points here as Nelu gets a 10-second for speeding in the pit lane, and is our first retirement of this race weekend. Towards turn number 3 we go once again. Round the outside, Leo maybe might try, but he's going to cut back, and that's Kevin and Anton going wheel to wheel, standing on the power. All little screwly on the exit goes John, but Kevin is just going to have to sit behind him once again. Not a lot of battery left. Battery is crucial in this sprint race. Towards the inside goes Vigo in the Alpine. Kevin just brakes late enough just to sit behind, but his teammate is in the walls as the V-Carb. Strikey is ahead of John as well now. Towards turn 6 we go. with Naskai, who started on pole, just saving that battery for a late sprint race attack. But what's on board was Leo again. All these drivers doing very well to keep their battery in a great condition. And if you use too much, you've just got to be able to then quickly recharge it, and then straight away back on the attack in the next lap. As that's Harstil and Exotic. Exotic is fading away in the sprint race now. He had an early sprint race charge up to P6 at one point. Now faded with a track limit penalty to boot as well. Down to P11, the Williams driver goes. But towards turn number 4, once again we go, watching Kevin again rounding outside of the McLaren. Is it second time lucky? Leo ghosted. Now is this going to give Kevin the chance to get 2 places? Yes, it is. Kevin up to 3rd within the space of literally 1 corner. The Ferrari still within the confinements of the Sauber driver, standing on the power on the exit now. Leo, is he actually going to keep ahead? Kevin hasn't got much battery left. Now, round turn number 6 is the Ferrari finally out at the Sauber. No, they're not. They're still going within millimetres of each other, quite literally. Now on the exit, Leo finally keeps the place on the Ferrari, on the ahead of the Sauber driver. But making our way now to start the penultimate lap of this sprint race. We're watching with Kevin, who had a little bit of a moment of phasing away from the lead. He's climbed his way back up the 4th, but Leo once again wants to challenge. He wants to challenge for second, gaining in the slipstream. Naskai going defensive, but not defensive enough. As to the inside goes the Ferrari, past 1, past 2. Naskai goes ghosted. Stand on the power. Leo leads the sprint race for the first time ever in the sprint, as Runners will be making his way back through. They're going wheel to wheel towards 4. Round the outside goes Leo. Round the outside goes Runners. Naskai trying to challenge as well. Towards the inside we go with Naskai. Leo defends that off, and the Ferrari is up into 2nd place. And Naskai on the penultimate lap falls down to 3rd. Oh God. Towards turn 9. We go with the Ferrari driver. He will be licking his lips thinking, this is my time. This is my main chance to take victory in the sprint race. Striking now picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits. That could be a concern for the later stages of the race. Round turn 1 we go. But what's with the Ferrari driver as he now stand on the power towards turn number 3. We go flat out through 2 as Harstil's off in the background. The Williams driver's off their flags now out for that caution. Towards the inside, 3 abreast into turn 3. Switch back from Leo. Stand on the power. Now we're 3 wide on exit. The V-car of John is off. We're going 3 wide for the sprint race lead. Down the straight towards turn 4. Can Leo challenge for the sprint race lead? Yes, he can on the inside. The Ferrari now dueling away for top spot with the Haas. Runner has got it back once again. Is there going to be a launch to the inside by the Ferrari? No, there's not. Now stand on the power on the exit of 6 towards turn number 7. Flat through 8 towards turn 9, the final overtaking spot. Power now towards turn number 9. But Runnard has done extraordinary defending here. Gave enough room, controlled the sprint race from the front, from 3rd on the grid. It's the sprint race win for Runnard and Haas. He takes his first checkered flag of the weekend, and Runnard wins out ahead of Leo, then Naskai, then Kevin, then Anton, Vigo, retired, and Strikey are your points playing positions. 81 milliseconds, split 4th and 5th, but Runnard in the Haas has done what he has needed to do so far, and he has taken maximum points away so far from Jonet's lead in the championship. And we're going to see a little bit of a scrap towards the end. Marty is just going to maybe stay tucked up behind. Or maybe it's the old switcheroo out of turn 9. Marty gets ahead for P17, but with the penalty, he will finish last on the road. Paul Dyer will take 17th and 18th. Paul Dyer will take 18th and 17th for Marty. But that's the sprint race complete. It's the Haas driver who had taken the good. So here are your results. Runnard takes maximum points in the sprint race ahead of Leo, then Naskai, then Kevin, then Anton, then Vigo, then Yavoda, and then Strikey. Alpine double point Pardon me. Ooh. Alpine double points, Aston Martin double points, and then the rest of the cars that scored was Haas, Ferrari, Sauber and McLaren. Up next, qualifying for the Grand Prix. Green lights flashing, qualifying for the Grand Prix is underway. And first up will be sprint pole man Naskai. So you got to think strategically here, because you don't get a lot of soft tyres for this qualifying session, as I learned out. And I only got 2 sets of softs for Grand Prix qualifying after a sprint race. Clearer than I expected. Top 5 start is crucial. Yeah, indeed. Well, when we said this, look at me and Snow yesterday. We got 2nd and 3rd from 10th and 20th. So Naskai will be setting our benchmark. He'll be setting the benchmark, obviously, considering he doesn't invalidate his lap time. Out of turn 10, first lap of qualifying for the Grand Prix is underway. But I'll tell you what, just to save myself, I'm going to let you just have a pure audio lap. Well, we invalidated his lap time, but not to fear. There is I want to say a Ferrari? Nope. V-Carb. A V-Carb. John, who is finishing his lap time. He hasn't invalidated, so we will get a benchmark time up the line. A 109.2. That won't be quite the benchmark. I'll tell you who will hopefully. No, he won't. He's invalidated as well. Kevin, on the mediums. Round turn 9. He should give us a representative time, considering he doesn't invalidate out of turn 10. He doesn't. Up the line we go with Kevin. 103.6, similar to what he did in sprint quali. That is our provisional pole time. The 2 Alpines on the medium starting their laps now. But we'll watch Elmo of the Violent go on board. I don't know why they're on board like this, but the other guys are fine. Don't question it. Elmo, round turn 9. A lot of time to find there. And there. Up the line we go with the Mercedes driver. So 104.6. It's almost a 7. Up the line we go with Nello in the Ferrari. On the softs behind Kevin. V-Carb across the line. John on the softs behind Nello. Next up will be Faded Exotic, who's off in the gravel. Then it will be the two Alpines. First up, Strikey. Nope. First up, Vigo. I had two chances of getting that. I had a 50% chance of getting that right, and I got it wrong. My luck. Round turn 9 we go with Vigo on the mediums, up towards the line, out at 10. Nice, very nicely on the limit there. Up to the line, sets a 103.9. Goes P4, not far off. What about his teammate though? Strikey slots in 3/10 behind him. Next up will be the Red Bulls, now beginning their lap times, and then it will be Elmo, who is, I believe, coming into the pit lane. No, it's not. Is he on another lap? No, he's beginning another lap. Next up will be Anton, who is also coming into the pit lane as well. And then it will be Nelu, who is also going to be coming into the pit lane now as well. And I think it will be... Just trying to find out who is next for you. Still. Hello. We have someone on the lap. According to the game, purple in the middle sector towards the round now, the shortest sector of the lot, through turn 9 and towards turn 10 we go as the Williams driver. Invalidates the lap, doesn't invalidate the lap time, but goes 6th fastest anyway, and there is definitely time to be found within that lap time. Next up will be the Red Bull of but it will be Paul Diver in the Red Bull, who is beginning his next lap. But Elmo, who is 2/10 up on his current lap of a 104.6, slowest of the lot so far, excluding Paul Diver, who hasn't set a representative time. Up to the line goes Elmo, up to P6 was a 104.3. Next up will be the V-Carb of Raven West, who is starting the lap. Then it will be Paul Diver's teammate, Robbo, in the other Red Bull. Towards turn number 9 we go. On the soft tyres, you would expect him to take provisional pole, really. But that lap from Kevin seems really competitive which was on the medium tyres, half a second off the pace Robbo is. And then it will be Farah around the final corner to start his lap. Sprint race winner Runnard beginning another lap as well. And then it will be Still, is he coming into pits? Yes, he is. Then it will be the Mercedes the Dede, who is starting the lap. And it will be Leo. Took second in the sprint race. Round turn 10. We go little bit of mid-corner correction. Up to the line comes Leo. Finally usurps the provisional pole time set by Kevin. Was a 103.573. That is provisional pole time. Difference is Kevin's on the mediums and Leo's on the softs. But as you saw in sprint quali, Kevin only found around a 1/10 of a second on the medium, compared to medium and softs. Next up will be Raven West in the V-Carb car. After the line goes P11, but I believe he is starting another lap. 10 minutes to go of this qualifying session so far. Two Red Bulls swapping places. Round final corner comes Paul Diver to begin yet another lap. Farah in the Kick-Sauber car out the final corner, and up to the line we go. It's not going to be a very decent time. It's only going to go P9 with a 4.3. Next up is Runnard though, who once again who invalidated it, but just wanted to set a lap on the board to have a delta time to compare to. Runnard only P15. Next up is Dede, who is invalidated as well. And then a bit further back is Raven. Nelu on that out lap, as is Paul Diver. No, I believe he can be on an actual lap. No, he's not. Maybe the Aston Martin of Yavoda. No, he's not. He's invalidated. NASCAR's on that out lap. I think these are all just slow laps at the moment, if I had to guess. Slight pressure on Runnard indeed. Our sprint race winner under a lot of pressure for his final lap in qualifying. I don't think there's anyone recognisable on a lap at the moment. Maybe not. Well, Kevin's on the out lap again on the soft tyres this time. I genuinely can't find anyone. Maybe Dede. No, he's into the pits. Farah beginning another lap on his soft compound tyres. Fine. As requested, we'll watch Kevin Zunberg's onboard for his first lap on the soft tyres of this qualifying session. Through turn 1 we go with the Sauber driver, very nicely hitting the apex on the inside and the curb on the outside. Power our way down towards flat through turn 2 and this little left kink towards hairpin right. Turn number 3, nicely hit the apex there. Stand on the power of turn 4, towards turn 4, sorry. Using a bit of battery, over half of the pack left to use for this final sector and half of sector 2. Using a lot of the inside apex there. And now we go with Kevin towards turn number 6. You don't want to touch that inside curve. If you do touch it slightly, the whole car's going to get spat onto a spin. Or as Mattia Bonotto, I'd like to call it, spinella. Towards turn number 9 we go with Kevin in the Sauber driver, touching that inside curve, uncertain of the car, a little bit mid-corner, nicely on the limit, up to the line. Kevin, is he going to improve his time? He does by a tenth and a half with a 103.454. Sonic in the McLaren goes up to P5. We ain't heard his name a lot so far in this stream. Next up will be Harstill in the Williams racing car. Towards turn 10 we go with the Williams, taking a bit cautious through there, don't want to exceed track limits. Up to the line we go with Harstill, P6 with a 103.9. Then it will be Paul Diver again, still going out there on the mediums, surprisingly. What about Elmo though? Around the final corner on the soft tyres, keeping it nicely just on the limit there. Up to the line goes Elmo, crossing the line, only P11 on those tyres. Anton Shabotarov though, can he dislodge Kevin? No, he can't. P5 provisionally on the grid. Next up is the Aston Martin of Yavoda, who goes up to P7, 300th off of Sonic's current lap time. And then that is Runnard, who is starting another lap. But John, who decides to come into the pits, and it's the other Mercedes Odede who is starting the lap. Then once again, they must be working together, surely. Here come the two Alpines, Vigo and Strikey, once again flying together with each other. Only 20 hundredths up. 20 hundredths, only 200ths up. Improves by 200, across the line goes P9. What about his teammate Strikey? Stays in P14. Next up will be Paul Diver again. 16 milliseconds down on his lap time. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. But now we can see, it's just seeing if there's anyone else. Is that actually Elmo? Is Elmo improving? No, he's not. What about the McLaren? But I think we will watch Runnard. I'm just trying to see, is this Riavoda who is there. Purple in the middle sector for our sprint winner. Towards turn 9 we go again, which was Runnard. You've got to be committed on that inside curve of turn 9. He is. Commit on the exit. Up to the line we go with Ronnie. Surely provisional pole. No, it's not. 16 milliseconds split the top two. So at the minute, Kevin on pole, Ronald second, Ferrari locking out the second row. And once again, the two Alpines are together, racing towards the pit lane. They don't want to wait. It's nice to see those two get along. Paul Diver again. 2/10 up this time, is he? Paul Diver just having some fun on those medium tyres. Just getting some race data in, you know. Paul Diver improves by 0.3 of a second. Whee! So that's Runnard, who is on a slow lap. So I think we might as well just keep watching Paul Diver. That was a Farah. I want to say, yeah, it was Farah. We saw exit the pit lane. Kevin again on an outlap on those soft tyres. Another set, another new boot of softs put onto that Kick Sauber car. Danger, I couldn't tell you why he's on the mediums. I think he's having some fun. I think he's just finding a way to kill time. Not a bad idea. I would presume to see him come in this lap though. Any improvements from Paul Diver? 1.2 up, here we go. He's using battery this time, here we are. Paul Diver in the Red Bull. If he goes ahead of anyone here, that would be quite embarrassing for them. 3:56 on the clock. Round the final corner goes Paul Diver, finally on a proper push lap. Up to the line we go with Paul Diver crossing the line. goes P17. Not that far off Farah, though. But let's watch the man who's on provisional pole, Kevin. Final run of qualifying for him is underway towards turn number 1. Sorry, I didn't get the onboard there. Towards turn 3, towards the hairpin we go with the Sauber driver. 11 milliseconds up on his provisional pole time. Purple in the first sector. Stand on the power to 4. And now, can he find even more time in the middle sector? Not as much apex taken compared to what we've seen before at turn 4. Flat through 5 towards turn 6. How dangerous do you want to be? Or how close do you want to get to the inside curb? Kevin, 78 milliseconds up towards turn number 9 and 10 we go with the Sauber driver on provisional pole, looking to extend his advantage. Round the final corner we go with Kevin. Pool diver finally pits. Kevin up to the line to improve his time without a doubt. But what's it going to be? It's a 103.3, and that is a gauntlet for the rest to chase. Next up, NASCAR, who has invalidated his first lap time. Then it will be, I want to say, Farah in the Kick Sauber car. Then it will be Strikey in the Alpine. And then it will be Nelu in the Ferrari, who is going a bit earlier. Farah in the Sauber, who has, I think, actually backed out of his lap. Aston Martin and NASCAR, no, he's not improving at all. Ultimate John, though, across the line, starts another lap, I would want to say. But I think we will watch Nelu in the Ferrari. Can he chase down the gauntlet time of 103.3 set by Kevin Zunberg in the Sauber car? Nelu will be trying to charge that down and get Ferrari some points, some more points in this race, as he has actually decided to abort his first lap. And then I think next up will be, won't be any Williams. Will it be Farah? No, it won't be. Will it be the other Ferrari? It won't be the other Ferrari. I think it actually will be NASCAR in the Aston Martin. He's invalidated again. Kevin's retired from the pit, retired in the pits. But there's a V-Carb who is also on the lap now. Is that Raven West? There it is, but he is invalidated. Ultimate John, he's not on the lap as well. This is going to be really hard to keep up with. I think, so will our first proper lap be Elm Dede in the Mercedes? I want to say. I'm just trying to see if anyone else is actually on the lap. Is Javoda on the lap in the Aston Martin? Yes, he is. 800ths down in that first sector. But I think he is backed out of it as well. So, I think we will just watch Dede in the Silver Arrow car. NASCAR will have a massive job if he stays there. He clearly has winning pace. He does. You can focus on... See if I'm crossed the line. You can only focus on... Okay, you know what? Alright, you got my word. We'll focus on the protagonist only. We'll watch Nelu then. Nelu towards turn number 7 we go. With the Ferrari driver not improving at the moment. 44 milliseconds down. That's ironic. He's driving a Ferrari number 44. Towards turn number 9 we go with Nelu Safu in the Ferrari. The Romanian coming towards turn 10. Invalidates on the final corner. That is his chance gone. What about Leo though? 900th of a second up. Trying to challenge the gauntlet time of a 103.312 round the final corner. Keep it nice and tidy, Sir Leo. Up to the line to take P3. Improves time, 16 milliseconds back. NASCAR 19th on the grid. What about the V-Cops though? Raven Rest invalidates his time. Next up, the Mercedes of Elmo, who decides to pit. What about Anton Shabotarov? Round the final corner we go as Anton. What about Sonic? Sonic as well crossing the line. Sonic go as Williams takes pole. Faded Exotic, I didn't even see it properly. Exotic's onto pole. I was mentioned earlier how he did have some alright pace. What about Yavoda though? Can he snatch it away? He only goes P6. What about the Haas of Marty? He's not. What about the Red Bulls though in the Red Bull ring? Pool diver up to the line. Goes P18. Robbo isn't improving. What about Dede in the Mercedes? He's into the pit lane. What about Haas still though? He's not improving anywhere. What about Nelu? He's not as well. That's it for qualifying. And it's a shock. I think it's safe to say it's a shock pole. We saw highlights of the pace in the sprint, but he didn't seem to have the consistency. But in won that pace, doesn't matter about consistency. It's all about delivering at that time. Faded Exotic for Williams has taken pole position by 600ths of a second ahead of Kevin, and then runners, and then sprint pole man Naskai down in P19 for Aston Martin. And that is not what our sprint pole man would have wanted. Our sprint winner, though, has qualified third on the grid. I'm trying to scroll. So, the man who is second in the championship after that sprint, he's only now 12 points back. So, Ronald is hunting down. And then, I just want to see. I'm trying to find the message again, because I scrolled down from it. How have I already found it? How have I missed it? Can't find it. Can't remember if it was Nelu. So yeah, Nelu 25 points off. Nascar, yeah, without a doubt, Nascar is going to be one of the interesting ones to watch out for in this Grand Prix. Overcast conditions. Is there the sniff of rain on the horizon? But at the minute, it looks completely bone dry. Cold atmosphere looms this circuit in Spielberg. No, it's not Spielberg. Is it Spielberg? It is. I can't remember. I think it is Spielberg. But overcast conditions loom around the Red Bull ring. The dual statue that lays in the middle of the track will be watching on as 3, 4, 5 lights tick on. 5 lights out, foot to the floor, and we go racing for the second time this evening. What a start by the Haas. Past one, like he did in the sprint, to the inside. It's the lead for the Haas from third on the grid again. Exotic's pole didn't even last one corner. Down towards turn number 1. One Haas has taken the lead. Marty is spun round again, but Kevin's coming back again towards turn number 3. We go with the Haas in the lead, and on the exit, on the power, down towards turn number 4. Kevin in the Sauber, who didn't take pole, back up to where he started. Exotic from pole, down to third, but Runnard has got the start of dreams as Sonic and Nelu will to will banging between the two. Rounding outside, what a move by Nelu if he can make it stick. Rounding outside the 7, has to bail out of it. And now we go towards turn 9 for the first time on 36 laps. But it is Runnard who leads, and is there squabbles going on towards turn number 9 and 10? Yes, there is, because they're literally inside of each other. Striking and Dede inside of each other as Runnard has got a brilliant start once again. Dede and Striking going wheel to wheel again. Maybe still inside of each other at turn number 1. But it is Runnard who leads from Kevin and Faded, then Exotic, then Leo, then Yavoda, then Vigo, then Sonic, then Nelu, then John and Anton. But Kevin is hot on the heels on the Haas as Harstil and Anton, Nelu and Sonic dueling away once again on board with the Ferrari. Can't make the move, but 2 drivers on the hard tyres squabbling for on-track position, which could be crucial for the latter stages of the races. Round the outside, tries the Williams of turn number 4, almost out of shape on the exit. On board was the Williams. Going to look towards the rear of the car. Yellow flags as there's a Mercedes and Elmo off. Great move by Harstil, up into 10th place ahead of Anton Shabotarov. And towards turn number 9 for the second time in this race we go. The Caterpillar, as I heard Harry call it yesterday, the Caterpillar one by one round the corner. Top 18, all within DRS of each other. 2 unlucky drivers of Marty and Elmo have had a coming together or just a skill issue of their own. But on the exit of turn number 1, Kevin using battery, deploying battery. Towards the outside we go. With the Sauber driver. Takes the lead of the sprint. Kevin back to the lead of a X2 rostrum. And now stand on the power. We can see more wheel-to-wheel action. Making our way down towards turn number 4. Randy outside. Runner's going to try it. Randy outside again. And he does get the place back once again. Lead position exchanging as Raven West and Anton Shabotarov changing places. Raven West ahead of the McLaren up into P11. But now we see Yavoda down around here in 5th. I think Kevin buried himself with that strike. I do agree with that without a doubt. Medium to hard is definitely the superior strategy. You saw what happened to Dylan as that was a mistake. Was it? It's exotic. Into the pit. Exotic is okay. Poleman retires just like that. Okay, moving on from that. Kevin in the Sauber up towards turn number 3 we go. Is that Yavoda challenging now for what is a podium position? Randy outside of turn number 3. You've seen it happen before, but Yavoda just starting to sit back a bit as now Sonic's maybe thinking of a challenge on Vigo. Randy outside the force possible, but he thinks better of it. Rody, that's the same thought I had when I saw him retire. As look at this little squabble going on for P15 between Robbo and Strikey. Strikey having to give up the position. Robbo stays there. Naskai has made up 2 places so far, up into P17. He wants to make. He's on the hard tires as well. Martin Naskai, Robbo, Anton. Has Farah had a bit of a moment? Yes, there is. Now the train has been separated. As Sonic and Nelu going wheel to wheel. As Sonic gets a track limit penalty. Being barged wide by Nelu in the Ferrari. Wheel to wheel towards turn 1. No one wanting to give it up. Randy outside tries the Ferrari. Oh, sorry, the McLaren. Sorry, off the track goes the McLaren. Nelu will be wanting that place back after he gains position by taking the place, swap at the front, run Kevin back into the lead, but now John, Nelu and Harstill dueling away on the exit. Sonic's falling down the order a bit more as well, down to P11 we go, and look at that, 3 abreast for the moment, powering through goes John, and look at all this squabbling going on, but for these little minor places, 8 cars, all tail to rear wing, now making our way towards turn number 6. It is now going to all have to settle down a bit. Raven West has now lost out on DRS to the top 5. Top 5 are now on a way to pull away on their own. So, around at the final corner, around turn 10, up the line towards turn number 1. Kevin is just trying to recharge that battery pack a bit. Making our way towards turn number 1 again for the 6th time in this race. Could we see another change of lead? Harstill and Robbo are dueling away as well in that secondary chain at the top 5. And then there is, I think, like a 12-13 car long train at the top 2 dueling away. Kevin, has he got the place? Is that 3 wide on the exit? Will go on board with your fodder. Front row seats to it. And now a little bit of weaving just to signal that he wants to work it. Runners down to 3rd. Now Leo, the Ferrari, challenging for the lead of the race. Leo on the inside. Stand on the power on the exit of turn number 4. Flat through 5 towards turn number 6. Kevin's going to back out of it. As Anton Shabotarov is at the moment. Anton Shabotarov is off and into the wall. Half of his wing basically gone. Anton's race is now mudded without a safety car. Towards turn number 9 we go once again into the top 5. Who are slowly pulling away. Maybe Leo is just going to try and back up the pack a bit. It's Nelu who is in the lead of the train, of the secondary train at least. And Nelu will be, if they're in a BC together, Nelu will be thinking, back him up for me please, otherwise I'm just going to keep losing time to you without doubt. Or just fight. Fight for the life of you. Fight for your, like your race depends on it, which it will in the latter stages. As Anton and Paul dive into the pit lane. Kevin's on the inside of Leo once again. Dueling for top spot again. 2x2. Is that on the inside? Yes, it was. And Yavoda made a lunge on Runnard. And then I think Runnard might have moved on the break. And yellow flags at the back as Strikey has been spun round by, I could only guess it's Farah, who had a little bit of a slower exit compared from what I saw from the dots. Running outside. Vigo trying now. And this top 5 needs to have a sense to work together. Nelu's almost back in it. Fourth and fifth, wheel to wheel towards turn 6. Running outside, Yavoda not giving this one up, but he has to concede as Vigo makes the plays. And Nelu, welcome back to the lead train. Welcome back P13 to the lead train as well. 13 cars, all within the train. And I think Farah has actually just got back inside of it. So welcome 14 cars to the train now, as the train is getting spread out a little bit as we come round to start lap 8. A bit of lack of race IQ from the drivers as they want to have the best position as Harstill and Sonic are going wheel to wheel towards turn number 1. On the inside goes Harstill. Contact between the two. Ghosting was Harstill, but now stand on the power towards turn number 3. We go with Sonic on the outside, Harstill on the inside, Naskai up in the 12th, I just noticed as well. But Sonic is going to just tuck up behind the Mercedes, get on the slipstream, get the power down. Not a lot of battery left. The McLaren is up and ahead, but will Harstill be just thinking, no, he hasn't got a lot of battery left either. So they're also going to stay single file as we come and enter the harder sector 2 into sector 3. Without a doubt, Farah has disconnected from the session. Farah in the Sauber has been disconnected. I don't think I have him added as well. So you just heard that. You heard that little quick shift from Leo. That is to recharge the battery back quicker as Leo surely track limit warning there through the mid corner, or the little straight of turn 9 and 10. Harstill picks up a 3-second penalty, as has Sonic. I'm gonna guess they did that at the exact same time. But I didn't see a Sonic notification. Marty now picks up a 3-second as well. It's a bit calmer now, to making their way towards turn number 3 once again. And as I say that, Naskai and Harstill dueling away. Down the inside tries Harstill to keep the place, but Naskai is on a charge from 19th on the grid. Now up into 11th. Naskai, within the space of 9 laps, is now up into 11th as these two fighting for useless positions, I think, are now done and dusted. Farah has lost over 7 seconds since disconnecting. That'll be another driver's race who's practically ruined. Robbo just clinging on. If you look down at P13, Robbo just clinging on to the DRS. He's actually fallen out of it, I believe. Might have to use some extra battery. Yes, he will. Marty has just got ahead of Farah as well. The disconnected ghosted car, which I can only presume is still ghosted. Yes, it is. But as we start lap number 10 of 36, it is Kevin who leads from Leo and Runner. Pole sitter at Faded Exotic came into the pits on lap number 2 and just retired himself. I'm going to presume he had to leave the race or something. Something probably eternal within family or something. But we're making our way towards turn number 3 again. Raven West is now challenging Nelu. Third in the championship, Nelu maybe falling further back as Raven West, the X3 driver, is challenging higher positions as wheel to wheel. They are going to stay tucked up behind. Yavoda and Vigo, though, don't want to stay calm. They had the chance again to break DRS from Raven West, but they're dueling again towards turn 6. This time it's Yavoda on the inside. Vigo makes it less of an issue, but on the exit, it's the old switcheroo out of turn 6 through turn 7. Yavoda not wanting to give this up. Now going wheel to wheel towards turn number 9. One's got to back out surely. Neither wanted to back out. Yavoda finally opts to back out. And Vigo, brilliant manoeuvre through turn 6 as John and Nelu. As Nelu is doing the new strategy, coming into the pits for a early undercut here in Spielberg. As Naskai and Dede are dueling away, Naskai is now up into P8. He's slowly making his way through. I think Olma John has just lost DRS. He's behind the detection zone, and maybe Naskai is thinking, "Alright, let me get in front. I'm faster than you. Let me help this little pack catch back up." Kevin's still going to lead. Could this trigger some more pit stops though? Harstill and Robbo are dueling away now on the exit of turn number 4. Flat 3-5 towards turn 6. On the inside, Harstill's going to keep his nose in. And Harstill standing on the power, pushing Robbo a bit wide, locking tyres as Nelu, I've just realised, has come out in a little bit of traffic. Has the Ferrari driver. That's not going to help his undercut whatsoever. It's also going to damage his tyres due to the dirty air. Into the pits comes... No, it's actually someone who has spun around it. It's Dede in the Mercedes who is off, and it's a safety car here in Austria. The Mercedes has retired. The Mercedes have both retired. And is there any damage on any of the V-carbs? No, there's not. They have to double stack. Maybe they were caught out and they had to take avoiding action. But I'll tell you who this ruins. It ruins Kevin, Naskai, Robbo, and Harstill. Those drivers on the hard strategies have now had their strategies basically ruined as Nelu's coming to the pits and retired. Why? I don't get it. Why? Nelu, third in the championship, has retired. I know. It's very stupid, but oh well. At the end of the day, Brody, it's just them making themselves lose their own points, so oh well. So, is everyone coming into the pits? Yes, they are. The Aston Martins will have to double stack. So, Naskai could. 10 seconds for Kevin, speeding in the pit lane. Kevin Zundberg has sped in the pits, and that is going to be diabolical for him. I think he has strategically changed onto the softs to save a set of medium tyres to then service 10 seconds and then pit onto the mediums later on. So Kevin will come out in the lead, or will he? Raven West pitted the lap earlier. Raven West out of turn 1 is going to come out in the podium places. Or is he? These two going wheel to wheel. Runnard thought he was ahead. He is ahead. Runnard is ahead of Raven West. That must have been millimeters on pit exit. Brody, you can serve it on. You can serve time penalties under under safety car. Anton Shabotarov having a change of front wing. Onto the soft goes Anton. Since when? That's illegal. That's illegal IRL. No, it's not. Alonso serves his 5 second in 2023 Saudi Arabia when he got a 5 second for an incorrect starting location. A lot of drivers have served time penalties under safety cars. If I'm not wrong, I would expect Kevin to pit. Yes. Into the pits comes Kevin, leading this race for a while. Kevin can't overtake the safety car. Oh yeah, you can. Lucky. Very lucky. He's only reason he has braked is because he got that warning for illegal overtake on the safety car. So in the pits comes Kevin and Roddy. Here you go. He's going to serve it. Ta-da! Serving the 10 second. Leo is your new race leader. Ahead of Runner, then Raven, then Vigo, then Yvonne, then Sonic, then Harstel, then John, then Robbo, then Naskai. So yeah, as I predicted quite well, on to the mediums now. Goes Kevin Zundberg as Farah is letting everyone through. Don't really know what Farah's doing. I've got 2k channel points. What can I do? Nothing. So, first safety car of the Austria weekend, or Austria race week in EXA. Surprisingly, X3 didn't have any. So Anton now onto his old hard. Safety car should be out for one more lap. So we should get racing on lap number 16 of 36. Mods. Huh? Mods won't last 22 lap. No. Oh, mediums won't last 22 lap. It's very possible to. I did a 24 lap stint on them. I've done a 24 lap stint on mediums before, and did manage them quite well. I don't think I got above 48%. Oh no, I think well, I think it was like my front left was over 50. I think that was it. I had to do a 28 lap stint as I don't have any mediums anymore. Pool diver, 8 lap old hard, oof. Rest in peace. 10 second for Vigo, severe collision. And he ain't gonna get it. Ooh. Safety car is coming in at the end of this lap. Oh yeah. You put that on yourself, pool diver. I forgot he did those 8 laps in qualifying. So we're gonna watch on the rear wing of Leo in the Ferrari car, the sole Ferrari left in this race. When does he want to stand on the power? Runner keeps trying to go alongside him. I keep having this on the safety car. I was weaving. But Leo, when did he stand on the power? Safety car's in the pit lane. Green flag will wave. And now, we can now go as Anton has got a 10 second for colliding with Anton Schwartz has got a 10 second for hitting Kevin Zunberg. When does Leo decide to go? Foot to the floor for the second time in the Grand Prix. We are going racing as now... further at the back, almost a little bit of a Magillo has happened. Wheel to wheel striking, Farrago, Anton and Kevin are going wheel to wheel towards turn 1 as well. But now, our main focus will be on the front runners. Yavoda is thinking of an attack on the Alpine driver. Towards the inside we go with Yavoda on the inside of turn number 3. Down the inside we go, and Yavoda is up in the 4th, but for how much longer could because Vigo, when you take the wider line, you normally get the better exit. Runnard is thinking of a move as Farah has retired up but left the session. Naskai and Ultimate John going wheel to wheel. Naskai has made up a place. He's up in the 9th from 19th. Naskai on a bit of a recovery drive after a shambolic, I think is the nicest way to put it, a shambolic qualifying after not even setting a valid lap time. Kevin though, not making the progress so far. He's got 2 drivers in front of him on 9 lap old hards. Round at the final corner we go. DRS enabled. Overtakes more than likely going to happen now. Towards turn 1. Runnard is now going to be using a bit of that battery to now challenge towards turn 3. It's Raven West. Think he might be surprised. Hey, he's up here. Down the inside goes Runnard to take the lead of the race once again. As Haas still goes wide, so outbrakes himself, gets switched back by 2 drivers on the exit now. He's going to find himself wheel to wheel with Robbo. Robbo almost on the grass there, standing on the power towards turn number 4. Down the inside goes the Red Bull Robbo. Haas still almost rear-ending Sonic in the McLaren, but Robbo is ahead for now. Haas still doesn't want to give this one up. They're on the inside of turn number 6. Almost contact between the ghosting. The Williams driver still is almost off the track. Goes Robbo, keeping it wheel to wheel through turn 6 and 7. And Robbo has got to stay behind once again. And now Naskai is thinking of pouncing on 1, maybe 2 cars. Robbo backs out of it. Robbo's now down to 9th after attacking for 7th. 3 seconds for Anton Shabatov in the McLaren as well now for track limits. Leo is now once again behind Runnard as they did swap at turn number 3. Raven is sweating like crazy already, I know it. Yep, probably without a doubt. To the Aussie inside we go with the Ferrari driver behind the detection point. And now Raven West is maybe thinking to get involved in this battle. Leo has got the DRS to maybe try and attack towards turn number 4, but there's going to be nothing doing. Maybe Yavoda's thinking of a move on the inside of Raven West, down the inside of 1, maybe 2. A little bit of contact with the side pod on the on the exit of 4 towards flat through 5. Almost contact, almost locking tyres again, but Yavoda, very good send. Almost a little bit of contact, but nothing too serious from Yavoda. With a lovely send on turn 4. And on the exit of 5, almost got up to second, but had to settle for third. Raven West down 1. As Sonic is, for a minute, was 66 milliseconds behind the Alpine car. Now it's making their way down towards turn number 1 once again. Look how close these all are. Everyone's still within DRS of each other. Everyone behaving very well. Kevin's only made up 1 place so far. Making our way towards turn number 4. Sonic's now going to try running outside of Vigo. These two dueling away as 2 by 2. We see 3rd and 4th dueling, 4th and 6th dueling. But I think we'll just get this camera so we can see a lot more. Running outside, Yavoda's trying. 2 by 2 still. Stand on the power. Raven West challenging now for the podium places once again. Rounding outside. He's just going to stay out of here. Sonic ahead of Vigo now on the exit of 6. Vigo down 1. Raven staying where he was. Sonic is the only one who has gained it within that little moment of battle. And Naskai maybe thinking of a move towards turn 9. Has to stay tucked up behind Naskai in the Aston Martin. Just sitting behind almost getting a little bit too much speed into the back of the Alpine driver. Elman of the Void in the Mercedes has got a 3-second time penalty for track limit. But round we go again. Still all well behaved. Nice battle in here. Yavoda is a ticking bomb. He's sending it too hard. Yeah, he is, but it's great entertainment. Raven West once again is sending it this time. It's the V-Cub's turn to send on the inside of 3 once again. Yavoda defending against the V-Cub driver. Is that Harstil falling a bit down the order now? Strikey now on the back of Harstil. Me running outside of turn number 4. We go down the inside, goes Harstil as that's Raven West who is now off. Off goes the V-Cub driver. I want a different camera because I want to see if he's got any damage. These two, a lot of battling. Switcheroo on the exit off turn number 7. What a move by Kevin into the Sauber. Strikey's retired and was off. And another retirement on track. 16 laps to go in Austria. They always like to fly by. It's only around a 1:05 per lap time. Standing on the power with the crowd cheering all the drivers on as we're making our way down towards turn number 3 once again. The top 2, are they about to duel once again? Anton and Elmo dueling away. Elmo is ahead of Anton. Harstil and Kevin dueling away once again. Defensive goes Harstil. Round the outside goes Kevin. A little bit of contact between the two as that's Vigo and Yavoda. Yavoda has actually goes to the inside of someone. Yavoda must have some contact as Danny inside goes Naskai. Contact with the Alpine driver as Naskai did what Yavoda did. Basically did what Yavoda did. The 2 Aston Martins going wheel to wheel. Yavoda is now once again ahead of his teammate. The 2 Aston Martins might be getting a bit in the way of each other now. And so Sonic on track in the podium places now. Vigo's up in the 4th. Yavoda falling down the order. Naskai is up into 6th from 19th. Oh boy, it's going to get bad. Harstil gets a penalty for track limits. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll put out the penalties for the minute. So a 10-second for Vigo. I think Vigo and Anton might be able to get theirs removed. So I think I'm going to act as for now that Vigo's pen isn't there. I'm probably going to forget I ever said that as deep goes Naskai. The 2 Aston Martins almost coming to blows on the exit of turn number 3. And now this is giving Robbo the chance to get ahead of Yavoda. Yavoda who was challenging for second. Couple laps to go. Robbo switch back out of turn number 4, flat through 5 towards turn number 6. Robbo has to back out ahead behind the Aston Martin from turn number 6 and turn 7 we go now. Leo behind, running in the Haas, making our way flat through 7 and turn 8 towards turn number 9. We go with Leo in the Ferrari driver to start. We're about to start lap number 23 of this race. Runners our sprint winner has still got in lead. He's still challenging consistently well. But we're going to change this back to tyres now. Leo in the Ferrari car is going to be wanting to pounce. Leo now on the inside of Runner, takes the lead. Sonic's thinking of a move as well. Sonic on the inside of Runner, and Runner is now down 2 places now. Leo leads from Sonic, then Runner now. That's the top 3 as they all change around. Elmo and Haas still going wheel to wheel, are they now? On the exit of turn 3, flat out towards 4. Haas still's on the grass, but I'm going to have to change back because Naskai has got ahead of Vigo. But Elmo and Haas still going wheel to wheel. Anton Shabatilov in the McLaren still wanting to get involved as well. I think I might have to take a look at this. On the exit of turn 4, flat through 5 towards turn 6. On the inside goes Elmo. Elmo ahead of Haas still and keeping that 12th position. I've just noticed Kevin has lost DRS to P8. So there is now 2 separate trains in the field. 2 separate DRS trains. Kevin from P9 to P15. Well, no, P9 to P14. Marty's on his own, and then P1 to P8. Runners maybe starting to fall back a little bit. Can the McLaren pull diver gets a penalty for track limits? Raven West is now challenging Kevin Zumberg again. Anton and Haas still going wheel to wheel again. But we're watching it as Runner is round goes the Haas car. And our sprint winner has spun out at turn 3. But more importantly, back to the action. The top 2 have broken away. But the the sprint winner must have either spun on his own or had contact. As John and Robbo wheel to wheel through turn number 6. Well, stand on the power towards 7. On the inside, Robbo's going to try and keep the play. But Robbo is down to 6th. John doing well to get ahead of the Rebel driver. But did Vigo just get that? I think Vigo might have got it. And Yavoda lost out. So Yavoda's lost out on DRS. Vigo has just done enough to get it back. Kevin has pitted and has retired from this race. So Kevin again had a massive chance to gain on Yonat. All the rivals for the championship falling one by one. We're probably going to get a race winner who we might not see for the rest of the season here, as this has just been a story between the likes of Nelu, as yellow flags in sector 1 for the retired car of Kevin, double DNF for Sauber. But as I was just mentioning, the title rivals Runnard, Kevin, Nelu have all fallen down places. Top 15 car score, and they'll cry at the end of the season because they miss out on the title by 3 points. Yeah, I know. So Kevin was guaranteed points if he'd just finished. But that's going to be his own loss. The top 3 seem to be on the league of their own now. The 2 Aston Martins have just got to work together to try and close that gap. But the top 3 seem the fastest now compared to anyone. Stand on the power towards turn number 2. We go with the McLaren driver just saving that battery. Oh boy, no, Mikey, no, that was so not late. As the 2 Aston Martins swap around again. Naskai from 19th up in the 4th. Paul Diver and Raven West dueling away again. Bit deep goes Paul Diver, but he's made the corner very nicely as Yavoda. The 2 Aston Martins swapping again. Are they? No, they're not. Yavoda on the inside. The Aston Martins barely working together. Stand on the power now with Ultimate John in the V-Carb towards running outside the turn 6. Can the V-Carb get ahead of Naskai? Be a brilliant move if he can make it stick. It's now going to change to the outside, which is a lot harder to keep it on the outside. Banging side pods between the 2. Still making a little bit of nudging contact. But Ultimate John, is he going to bail out of it? Yes, he will. Ultimate John wanted to pounce on these Aston Martins. He's got a penalty, but that's not going to take away the fighting spirit. As Sonic is the only one with a penalty, which I highly doubt can get removed. Vigo was that 10 seconds, but as I mentioned earlier, I'm not going to be counting that, as Vigo will be, without a doubt, I'm going to guess be going to the stewards about that one. But I'm going to guess we're going to see the 2 Aston Martins swap again. Though we've got Raven West and Paul Dyer swapping again though. I think at this stage, it's just now going to be working together. Leo is golden now. Yeah, Leo is golden, but I don't think Vigo's 10 second will stay after this race. But if there is a safety car, he's going to have to serve it. Anton and Elmo going wheel to wheel. Off the track goes Elmo again in the Mercedes. Another car coming a quabble at turn 4. Elmo, haven't noticed it, probably got a bit of minor front wing damage. Now, Runnard is still on for a good result. Yeah, he is. The man's second in the championship. Really, what's the point system? Can you tell me the points again? As Runnard and Nascar swapping places. Ultimate John's thinking of the outside. As Yvonne leaves in no room. And that forces John to leave the track. And that's going to allow Robbo back through as well. Could be a steward's report later on for that slight moment. As Runnard and Anton Shabatarov swap places again now. Runnard up in the 10th. And he is getting more points as this race does go on. But now Paul Diver is going to let the Haas through and Runnard. You can just see that little weaving he's just trying to indicate to the others, let's work together here. I could help it. If him and Raven work together well, they could close up to the train for 4th on the road. Top 15 score 2018. Okay. I want to know what would Runnard be getting? Like, say if he only finishes let's say P6. I think that's where he will finish. As Nascar, he picked up a penalty. And what I was saying, that could be now probably what? 3 drivers, so 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so it would probably be around P6 for Runnard at the moment. As Vigo and Sonic dueling away, these two have got penalties to their name, but Vigo's, remember we said, will probably be getting removed, so we're going to calculate since he has none. Stand on the power on the exit of 3. Vigo is now trying to attack, to get into second, to get in the best position. As the two Aston Martins swapping once again. As Yavoda is ahead and Runnard and Raven West are swapping as well, and Runnard's ahead of Raven West. And the Haas lost about 3/10 making that swap. 10 points for P6. So as it stands at the moment, the gap would now be 12 points, then with the 10. So yeah, it's going to be about, the gap could be like 2 points. Robbo's showing why a clean race is better than the fast, without a doubt. As you say that, he now gets a 3-second penalty. So 3 drivers left to not get, well, 4 drivers left yet to get a track limit penalty. Roly, you have just cursed Robbo. He's not had a clean race anymore. He's got out with that track limit. Jinx. I'd say Vigo and Sonic going wheel to wheel again on turn 3. This is 4th, second and on the road. Stand on the power again on the exit of 3. Towards 4. Vigo again has to stay tucked up behind the McLaren of Sonic. Runners gained 3 tenths so far since the last check. He seems to be doing really well in the corners compared to others. Runnard in the Haas. The man chasing down the World Championship lead. Will be wanting... I'm actually going to now get up penalties. We know the tyres, so pens, so... But he's looking for 4th at the minute here, to be honest. He'll be dueling with Raven West, I believe, for around 4th or 5th. Obviously, he will probably gain the place on Vigo via the in-game penalties, but I need to stop saying it. I think I'm saying it a bit too much. Oh, I think it's not going to stay. Yavoda's getting half a second on this top 3. Are these Raven West and Runner just swapping as well now? Those two want to work together as well. Raven West a little bit poor on the exit there. Stand on the power with the two watching the 2 Aston Martins. Top 2 getting very close and just a 10th of each other. 2 Aston Martins getting very close. Is now on the exit can Robbo. Maybe thinking of a move, but Robbo didn't get a good exit himself. Didn't have enough straight line. Didn't get enough acceleration on the exit of turn 4 to then get ahead of the Aston Martin and get into a Aston Martin sandwich. Lap 31 to 36. As when we cross the line, there will be 5 to go here in Austria. Okay, right, it's probably bad time. What's the race tomorrow for X1? I've already forgot it. Is it Australia? Stand on the power. Vigo again, trying to challenge again. Vigo finally, for the minute, up into second place. 3 wide are we going into turn 3. Leo just and I've going brown for the minute as Vigo now gets a lot of wheel spin on exit and is now once again stuck behind. Oh, it's Brazil, right? So tomorrow. Okay, right. Thank you. Raven West and Runnard, are they going to be swapping as well? Yes, they are. Runnard ahead of Raven West again. These two are just trying to work together just to see if they can just help catch up. As I think Naskai has a moment. Naskai has. He's lost out to John and Robbo. So that's going to pull Runnard even closer. The gap down to 1.5 now as it stands. On the medium, those mediums are going to start to fade. 19 laps on those tyres so far. 1.4 is the gap now between Naskai and Runnard. We'll watch on board. We'll watch on board with Vigo for a bit. Might miss some overtakes, but we'll watch with Vigo as he will be once again on the exit. Battery on. Maybe. No. Battery won't be on. Hot lap will be on, but definitely not overtake. As he think double launch to the inside, so that you saw a little bit of an adjustment. Raven West and Runner just swapping again to help try and close up. Anton Shabotarov though, 16-second penalty again. I think it's another 10-second, which can be removed. Smart thinking to back out there from the top 3. Indeed, it is smart thinking. Maybe Vigo's thinking of a move. As Ultimate John and Yavoda swapping places now. John up into 4th, doing a stellar job for the V-Carb team. Whilst his teammate Raven West trying to work together. Now could John maybe head back up these lot a bit to then get Raven West and Runnard back in the train. Get them to 1.2, 1.1 as we enter Sector 3. Can Raven West get back into the DRS of this leading of these 5, 1, 2, 3, 4 of these 4 cars? Round turn number missed. He's just missed out as Raven West now gets a track limit penalty. He does get the DRS though. Once again, we're going to watch Vigo with a poor run out of turn 1. Sonic and Vigo wheel to wheel up the hill towards turn 3. Dueling again, these two. Sonic's thinking of the outside line ahead of Leo. Deep goes Sonic, stand on the power. Yavoda now, not Yavoda, Vigo will now be thinking of a move. He's now being boxed in, and Sonic is just going to be staying tucked up behind. Sonic's trying round the outside, but going to let him through. Because I think he just wants to sit behind with the DRS. Stand on the power now. Can Vigo get alongside the McLaren? Yes, he can. Round the outside, try. Vigo in the Alpine of the McLaren. Sensational move. He can make it stick. Stand on the power to 7. And it's Vigo in the Alpine who has now got the move and is now up into second place. You have Sonic down to third, trying to challenge Vigo again. But as we now round the final corner to enter the penultimate lap, Vigo is going to be in a prime position here as Sonic will be wanted to try and challenge that McLaren once again. These two will not make sure they don't duel too much though. They don't lose too much out. Sonic using battery again. Sonic's now challenging again. Sonic's back up in the second. He's now going for the lead, is he? Just going to try and stay tucked up behind. 3 abreast between the top 3. Now, standing on the power, Vigo has got the lead. Sonic's now got the lead. Leo's now got the lead. It's 3 abreast down the straight towards turn 4. Leo's not got the DRS. Vigo running out down the inside on turn 4 has got the lead in the race. Sonic's up in the second, and it's Leo who has been leading for so long, who is down in the third in this penultimate lap of the race. 3 wide at turn 3, almost coming to blows, kept it very clean, and the top 3 have all swapped around. Vigo's up in the first, Sonic second, Leo third. And as we enter turn 9 for the second to last time in this Grand Prix, Runnard is ahead of Naskai. He's going to be finishing 4th as it stands at the moment, unless Sonic will be getting backed up a bit maybe as we start the final lap of this race. Who's going to take it? The Ferrari, the McLaren or the Alpine? Remember what I said about the Alpine's penalty. I doubt that will be standing in the race. Leo now, Sonic's going to take the lead of the race. Leo's going down the inside. Leo on track. Can he get ahead of the Alpine? Stand on the power on the exit. It's wheel to wheel between the two. Now toward turn number 4. Vigo getting a bit of the slipstream. Vigo's now ahead. Can there be a launch to the inside? Leo's going to try around the outside of turn 4. Is he going to be barged wide by Vigo? No, he's not. Now standing on the power towards turn number 6. Is there any possible chance for Leo? Sonic goes a bit wide, gives Leo the chance to go on the inside of turn 7. Can Leo get ahead of the Alpine towards turn 8 and now turn 9? One overtaking opportunity left. Towards the penultimate corner we go. What a performance from the top 3. Alpine, McLaren and Ferrari have given off a show. On track, it's Sonic in the McLaren. Vigo will take it if the pen gets removed, but from the game, it's the Ferrari who wins out. Leo takes the victory. Runnard takes the podium. Retired. Yvonne gets 4th. Robbo 5th. John 6th. Naskai 7th. Raven West 8th. Vigo 9th, Paul Diver 10th, Anton Shabotarov 11th, Haas still crossing the line for P12. Marty takes P12 as it after pens, Runnard P3, but it is Leo for the Scuderia Ferrari taking the crown of the Red Bull Ring, and the Tifosi will be roaring for Leo as they now go to the podium celebrations in Austria. Taking a while for the podium to load, huh? Here we go. The Romanian takes another victory crown as the Romanian goes onto the top step of the podium. Maximum points in the Grand Prix. I don't think he got the fastest lap though, so excluding fastest lap point, Leo for Ferrari has taken victory in Austria. Runnard, I believe, should be taking the championship lead with that podium finish. So I believe Runnard is your brand new championship leader. 20 points back before this race. 8 points in the sprint. 18 in the Grand Prix. 26 overall. He should have a 26-point lead. A 6-point lead in the championship. But that is EXA X2 done and dusted. And next week for X3, X4, X2, we head off to the Principality in Monte Carlo. Monaco Grand Prix awaits for our drivers, but tomorrow we head over to South America for Sao Paulo in X1 as our high tier drivers are ready to duel it out in the Brazilian wonderland. There you go. But that is enough from me, I think, because my voice is going to go. Enough from me and EXA for a good evening of racing. As we look at the time, 18 minutes to 9. I'm Rio Harris. If you're new to this stream, if this is your first time watching streams, welcome to EXA. Welcome to what you could be welcome to what you could be doing and racing with if you decide to join the league. I'm just gonna. Is it this? And there is the link if you want to join EXA. But from myself, Roly Danger, thank you for joining once again. There's the link in the chat, and there's the link to my Twitter if you'd want to maybe follow it. But enough from me, EXA for today. Thank you, and I will see you all hopefully in the comms. I will be seeing you in the comms box tomorrow, but hopefully I'll be seeing you on my own in the comms box next week again on Tuesday. But I'll be seeing you live in the cockpit of the Red Bull car on Monday. So adios. Have a good night, you all.